Hey guys, it's Ranger Megan at Honey Island State Park along with some of my slithery friends. Today I have Marigold with me and she's going to help us with a craft. So today's craft will be braided snakes. Throw in some snake facts and Marigold's going to help us with that as well. So the things you might need for this craft would include, first of all, you can either use old t-shirts, or we actually went and got some fabric, but if you guys have old t-shirts laying around, you're welcome to do that. But you need fabric. It needs to be probably like 3 feet long by about 3 inches, maybe 4 inches, depending on how thin or thick you want your little snake. Next, you would need scissors to cut your fabric. We've already done that, so kind of made that easy for you. You need a rubber band and some googly eyes, so you can put some goofy looking eyes on there. And if you want, you can go buy some ribbon for their tongue. That's what I did, and I just forked it at the end. Or you can use red felt. So whatever floats your boat. So you start out by cutting these pieces into about, like I said, 3 feet by about 3 to 4 inches. And you want to taper them at the end, so that's where the tail is. So we use Marigold as a prop. This is the tail, so you're gonna want to kind of make it a little pointy. She's not wanting to help me. So you'll bring them all together, and you'll tie a nice little rubber band here. And you can do it as far back as you want. You can do it short. I'll give mine a kind of a long tail. So Marigold, the one snake that's trying to get away from me right now, she is our resident corn snake. I'm sure if you guys have visited Honey Island, you've seen her. The rubber band end needs to be taped on the table, like so. So that way you can braid, you can make the braid. And that will, the different colors, you might want to use different colors to accentuate the scales. So like this one, it looks a lot like a coral snake. But Marigold, a lot of people confuse corn snakes with copperheads. One indication that she's not a copperhead is her head. If you look, she's got a very streamlined head that kind of goes with her body. A copperhead would have a very large head. So we'll talk a little bit more about snakes, but we'll do this craft here, then we'll do that. So if you're not very familiar with braiding, I wasn't, so I had to kind of learn to braid. This is a good way to kind of practice that too. So like I said, tape it down because you're going to want to hold it or have somebody hold it, or you can tie it to a chair. Separate the pieces, and then all you want to do is just start the braid. Get to the end down here, you're going to have 3 pieces left. So it depends on what color you want your snake's head to be. So we'll go with, I'll do the gray. and you can choose whatever color you want. So the two ends, you tie two of them together very loosely, not too much. And then we'll bring these together. And what I've been doing, I just tuck it in really good. And you make it look kind of like the head of a snake. But you can be creative. You don't have to be all fancy. But I try to wrap it around. And then we'll come over here. And if you want to, you can kind of cut this off, the excess. But not too much. And you get your glue. See this open spot, you can just put that in there. You can also use hot glue. Just be really careful. You don't want to hurt your fingers, burn your fingers. So we'll let that set. And then, all right. You've got your little snake head. You've got your tail. Like I said, my tail was a little long. Some of these are short. Remember what we said about the tongue? You can use a ribbon or felt, but a snake's tongue is really neat. I actually, look close, I forked it to be correct because snakes have forked tongues. Why do they have forked tongues? So they can get as much surface area as possible. So if a snake is smelling you, it'll actually touch its tongue to you, and it can get as much surface area, and it brings it back to an organ in its mouth so it can kind of tell the snake what it's smelling. If you want to fork it, you're welcome to. Then I try to get a little piece under there. Put some glue on there. Whoops. Hold that for a sec. If you have hot glue, it'll glue right there to it. And then you got your snake tongue. And of course, you can't forget the googly eyes. The eyes really top it off. I'm gonna use big eyes because they're cute. All right. And there you have your braided snake. Of course, if you guys need more instruction or have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. But it's just a fun little craft that you can do at home with t-shirts, or all you need is a few materials from the store. Marigold likes them. As you can see, Marigold just loves the snakes. What she looks just like. So thank you guys for listening to the snake craft, the braided little snake rope. But like I said, if you have any other questions or snake questions, you can either come to the park, see us, or ask them on the comments, and we'll do our best to answer them. So appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe.